we look back at a pivotal moment in modern history, a night when the world held its breath, teetering on the edge of chaos. It was a moment that brought the world to the brink, as newsrooms across the globe buzzed with urgent updates and speculation. On March 8, 2026, tensions in the Middle East erupted after a precision strike eliminated a top Iranian military leader, sending shockwaves through capitals from Washington to Tehran. In the heart of Iran, the government responded with defiance. Tehran vowed a response that would echo across the globe, promising swift and decisive action. Around the world, families gathered in living rooms, glued to their screens, uncertain when or where Iran would strike back. The sense of unease was palpable, stretching from city centers to remote villages. Intelligence agencies scrambled to identify the threat as Iranian forces mobilized and missile batteries were readied. Analysts pored over satellite images and intercepted communications, racing against time to predict Iran's next move. At Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, home to 800 U.S. Marines, anticipation and anxiety ran high. Every soldier knew the stakes, and every routine patrol felt charged with new urgency. The base, a linchpin for U.S. operations in the region, became the likely target. Its strategic location made it both a shield and a bullseye. Its runways and advanced facilities made it a symbol of American power and presence in the Middle East, a constant reminder of the U.S. commitment to regional security. An attack here would be a direct challenge to U.S. dominance in the Middle East, a message to the world that no stronghold was beyond reach. The Pentagon and CENTCOM raised the base's defenses to maximum readiness. Anti-aircraft guns were manned, checkpoints reinforced, and radar systems scanned the skies for any sign of incoming danger. As the sun set over the Qatari desert, every Marine and staff member braced for the unknown. Briefings grew tense, and every order carried extra weight. They were prepared, but the question was not if, but when. Each passing minute felt heavier, as the countdown to conflict ticked on. The answer was coming sooner than anyone expected. In the gathering darkness, the world waited for the first spark that could ignite a wider war. The attack began without warning, shattering the stillness of the night with a sudden, violent eruption of chaos. Deep in the desert night, under a pale moon and endless stars, the world changed in an instant. From hidden launch sites scattered across Iran, 72 ballistic missiles roared to life, their engines igniting the darkness as they soared skyward in a massive, coordinated barrage. Their destination was clear, the heart of Qatar, Al Udeid Air Base, the largest American military installation in the Middle East. This was no warning shot. It was a full-scale assault, meticulously planned to overwhelm every layer of defense and inflict catastrophic damage on the base and its inhabitants. Early warning systems, ever vigilant, detected the launches instantly. Alarms blared from command centers in Nevada to bunkers in Qatar, as red lights flashed and sirens screamed. The base had only minutes to react, barely enough time for training and instinct to take over as chaos erupted. The alarm sounded, echoing across the base. Incoming, 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 seek shelter immediately. Every second counted. Training took over. Personnel rushed to hardened shelters, hearts pounding, fear and adrenaline surging as they dove for cover, uncertain if they would survive the next few minutes. The night sky, moments before peaceful and serene, was now a battlefield lit by streaks of fire and thunderous explosions. Iran gambled that sheer numbers could break through American missile defenses, destroy the base, and kill hundreds of Marines and airmen in a single, devastating blow. Billions in military hardware, advanced fighter jets, and the very prestige of the United States hung in the balance, threatened by the incoming storm. As the missiles arced through the sky, their fiery trails a harbinger of destruction, the fate of Al Udeid, and the region, was suddenly uncertain. Across the globe, millions watched in shock and disbelief as the world held its breath, waiting to see what would happen next. The sirens transformed the base in seconds, their wailing echoing across the compound and slicing through the night. Instantly, the routine of the base was shattered, replaced by a surge of adrenaline and urgency. Every corner, every corridor, every open space was suddenly alive with movement and purpose. Marines, airmen, and civilian contractors moved with practiced urgency, each person knowing exactly where to go and what to do. Years of drills and preparation kicked in as they streamed toward bunkers and reinforced shelters, their faces set with determination and focus. Heavy doors slammed shut behind them, sealing off the outside world. In an instant, the chaos gave way to a tense, expectant silence as everyone took cover, listening for the distant sounds of danger. The base's design and discipline became its first line of defense. Every structure, every barrier, every protocol was engineered for moments like this, turning the installation into a fortress of steel and resolve. Deep within command bunkers, operators hunched over glowing tactical displays, eyes darting across screens as they tracked every incoming missile and threat. Their hands moved quickly, relaying information and confirming orders. Data from satellites and sensors flooded in, providing precise targeting information and real-time updates. The digital maps lit up with alerts, each one a potential danger that had to be assessed and countered. Operators coordinated seamlessly, clearing the airspace and readying the automated defense systems. Every action was deliberate, every command vital to the base's survival. Their training kept them focused under extreme pressure. Even as alarms blared and the threat loomed, discipline and teamwork held the line. Outside, the base was eerily still. Only radar dishes and missile launchers moved, scanning the skies for threats. The once busy runways and roads were deserted, bathed in harsh floodlights. The last personnel reached safety, slipping into shelters as blast doors closed behind them. Now, the machines and automated defenses would take over, standing guard in the darkness. The sprawling complex waited, silent and tense, every sensor and weapon system primed for action. The air was thick with anticipation, as if the base itself was holding its breath. The sirens had done their job. The people were safe, huddled together in the bunkers, trusting in the layers of steel and technology that protected them. Now it was up to technology to defend them. A symphony of sensors, steel, and silent resolve, standing ready against whatever came next. With everyone secured, the technological battle began. Al Udeid's Patriot missile batteries sprang to life, radar tracking all 72 threats. The system's computers assigned interceptors, calculating the best chance to stop every missile. Operators supervised, but automation took over in the chaos of mass attack. As Iranian missiles began their terminal descent, the order was given. Patriot interceptors launched in rapid volleys, streaking into the night sky. The world's most advanced defense system faced its ultimate test. The night sky over Qatar erupted in flashes, man-made meteors colliding at hypersonic speeds. Each PAC-3 interceptor met its target with a silent, brilliant flash, vaporizing both missiles. This scene repeated 72 times in under 2 minutes. The Patriot systems performed flawlessly, destroying every warhead before it could reach the base. Debris rained harmlessly over the desert. Inside bunkers, Marines waited in tense silence, trusting the technology above. Minutes felt like hours. Then, silence. The launches stopped. Radar confirmed, all threats destroyed. The all-clear sounded. Bunker doors opened. The base was untouched. Not a single casualty. The attack had failed completely. The defenses had held. Al Udeid stood unscathed. The defense of Al Udeid was only the beginning. The attack was an act of war. Retaliation was inevitable. Even before the last missile was intercepted, Operation Desert Spear was set in motion. Within hours, coalition warships launched Tomahawk cruise missiles at Iranian military targets. Airstrikes followed. B-1s, B-2s, F-22s, and F-35s targeted air defenses, missile sites, and command centers. The strikes were precise, focused on crippling Iran's offensive capabilities. Civilian infrastructure was spared, only military assets were targeted. The message was unmistakable. Attacks on U.S. forces would be met with overwhelming force. The retaliation was swift, surgical, and devastating. Operation Desert Spear devastated Iran's military in hours. Dozens of targets were hit with pinpoint accuracy. Air bases, missile sites, naval facilities, and command centers lay in ruins. Iran's prized missile arsenal was crippled, launch sites and production facilities obliterated. Bunker-busting bombs collapsed underground complexes, destroying missiles and equipment. The military chain of command was thrown into chaos. American and coalition forces suffered 0 casualties. Every pilot returned safely. All 800 Marines at Al Udeid were unharmed. The operation was a textbook display of modern warfare, swift, precise, and one-sided. Iran's gamble had backfired, leaving its military power shattered. The world saw the vast technological gap between Iran and the US-led coalition. The ruins of Iran's bases sent a clear message. America's response was overwhelming and decisive. In the aftermath, the world took stock. Al Udeid stood unscathed. Every Marine was safe. Allies praised the defense and the swift retaliation, reassured by America's commitment. The Patriot system's flawless performance validated years of investment and training. Iran faced humiliation and a military crisis, its missile force exposed as ineffective. The U.S. demonstrated it could defend and retaliate with overwhelming power. The lesson was clear. American technology and resolve set the standard for deterrence. The world had witnessed a new benchmark in modern military power. The missile showdown of March 2026 reshaped the Middle East. Iran's missile arsenal, once a tool of intimidation, was neutralized in a single night. Regional powers saw where true military superiority lay. Calls for deeper cooperation and expanded missile defense networks followed. America's flawless defense became a potent diplomatic tool, reinforcing its role as the region's security guarantor. Iran, forced to rethink its strategy, shifted away from direct confrontation. The dream of regional dominance through military might was over, at least for now. The events became a defining moment of the decade, a clear demonstration of American resolve and technological supremacy. The balance of power was decisively reset. The world would not soon forget the